Hey, what's up, guys? Knife review time today. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kershaw Volt II model 3650. This is designed by R.J. Martin, who also designed the Kershaw Zing. It is also the successor to the Kershaw Volt I, which was a bit more of a premium knife. Both in the price point and the materials, the MSRP on that I believe was over $300. And it had a hybrid blade steel, like half D2 and half something else, and a really cool handle scale and all that kind of good stuff. But that was a bit more for the collectors, and this is a bit more for the users, in my opinion. And as always, let's go ahead and jump right into the specifications. 3 1/8 inch blade, 3 7/8 inch handle, 7 inches overall. Weight comes in at 3.4 ounces. Blade steel is 8CR 13 MOV with a bead blast finish, and the handle material is glass-filled nylon. Okay, the opening mechanism on this, as you can see, has no thumb studs. It is flipper only, but does feature Kershaw's very awesome speed-safe technology, which I'm a pretty big fan of. Really tough to go wrong with a Kershaw speed-safe knife. It's a very smooth opening knife. Doesn't require a lot of tension in your index finger. Just give it a little push, and boom, comes flying out. Good stuff. The handle is kind of strange because it's almost textured. It kind of reminds me of a manhole cover. You know, the kind of thing you'd see in the urban environment where you've got that kind of weird kind of textured stuff on it. The material itself reminds me of polyamide, even though I know it's not. Kershaw uses that in a lot of their knives, and I think it's a really good material. The liner on this is actually really smooth. As you can see, the lockup right there is just about in the middle, and it's really easy to depress and get the knife to close. Very, very simple. Very easy to open, very easy to close. This does feature nearly a full back spacer, as you can see. That's about 3/4 of the way up the handle. So this is not a flow-through design. It does give the back end some weight. I believe they put that on there because the handle material is just so light on this thing. They wanted to give it a little bit of heft. And at 3.4 ounce weight, that's kind of right in the sweet spot for me, right around the 3 ounce margin for a 3-inch knife is usually where I like to keep it for comfortable carry and for ease of use. This does feature a really great finger choil. As you can see, the flipper kind of makes a built-in hilt so that you can get your finger in there. A little bit of jimping on the back of the spine right here. Honestly, not really all that effective. I'd much rather just put my thumb right up here if I was going to do those kinds of cuts. So really good stuff, really comfortable, feels really great in the hand. As you can see, fills my hand pretty easily. Nice streamlined blade, not too thick, not too thin. High hollow grind, comes to a really nice edge. You got a really nice point on it. Very honestly, kind of a thinner blade. It's definitely not as beefy and chunky as some of Kershaw's or Spyderco or Benchmade's rather's other designs. It's very slim and very streamlined, more scalpel-like than butcher knife. It does feature a lanyard hole. Bit on the small side, but I'm pretty sure you could get some 550 through there with a little bit of elbow grease. It is put together with Torx screws, as you can see. So taking apart for cleaning. Pretty simple. The pocket clip on it is featured on the Kershaw Zing, again another R.J. Martin design. It's also on the Kershaw Talon, the Kershaw Oso Suite. It's definitely one of Kershaw's more used pocket clips. Some people are fans, some people aren't. I am, depending on the application. I don't really care for it on the Oso Suite. I don't feel it quite fits the knife. I mean, it's not that I dislike it, it's just I feel that a different design of pocket clip would fit that one better. However, on this one, I actually do think it works. It does seem to flow with the form of the knife, and it does make for a relatively comfortable carry. The pocket clip itself is right side tip up or tip down only. Sorry, lefties, man, they left you out on this one. I don't understand why they did that. They could have made an allowance for it right there, since, as you can see, the holes on this are so close together. You could have fit that right there. That wouldn't have been that big of a deal, but no worries. One issue I would have to give with this knife, which I will show you more of in the front row seat section, I actually did have a little bit of pitting rust right around here on the blade. That's actually the first time I've ever had that happen to any of my knives. 8CR 13 MOV is not the most rust resistant steel, but it's supposed to be better than a lot of the other ones out there because it's such a simple steel. But At the same time, I may have just accidentally slipped this thing into water and let it sit for a little while. And, accidents do happen when you have as many knives as I do, and you carry a knife daily. Sooner or later, you're going to run into a rust problem. So I guess I just lived the charm life for a little bit there. I really do like the bead blast finish on the blade. I think as opposed to a polish or other types of finishes, I think this really kind of suits the overall simplicity of the knife. It's a very simple handle. With the backspace and everything, very simple looking blade, and just overall just a very down to earth grassroots knife, and that I feel kind of caps it off. Okay, let's get into some size comparisons here. I'm going to bring in some fellow Kershaw alumni. It's brother from another mother, the oh so sweet with the red handle. Definitely the big brother, the Kershaw Clash. And we'll go with one of my favorites, the Kershaw League. Alright guys, let's get into the carry view here. I'll show you what it looks like both in the carry pocket and in the standard pocket. I'm wearing the 511 tack lights today. That's right side tip up configuration. As you can see, it's got a relatively low ride. You still do have a little bit of the head sticking out, but again, that's not really abnormal for a Kershaw knife. That's pretty much the standard, for their lower riding clips. Let's change it up, go to the other pocket. Again, basically the same thing, just decently low. It's definitely adequate, in my opinion. Not super low, but again, not super high, so definitely acceptable. Alright, let's try the cut test out. Again, I have carried this one pretty extensively, so it has gotten a decent amount of use, but we'll see how the 8CR13 MOV holds up. Oops. Whoa. Try another side. Not bad. Bottom line, I think the Kershaw Volt II is an absolutely outstanding choice for a discount EDC knife. Right around the $20 price point, you got an RJ Martin design, you've got 8CR13 MOV blade steel. Again, not the best, but definitely not the worst. You've got a cool textured handle, you've got at least right side friendly, tip up, tip down configuration, and you've got a flipper speed safe knife. For 20 bucks, to me that seems like a deal, so I can absolutely give this one my recommendation. I want to thank everyone so much for their time, taking the time to watch this video. I hope you have found it informative and entertaining. For all the best gear, flashlights, knives, you name it, go ahead and check out www.whitemountainknives.com. Enter discount code MJF for 10% off your order, and it is free shipping inside the United States. Again, thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay fit, stay strong, stay supreme. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.